Welcome to Freema Audiobooks, your destination for game-changing ideas and inspiring stories. Today, we're diving into 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, a must-listen guide on building innovative businesses and creating a future that's truly unique. Don't forget to subscribe to Freema Audiobooks and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. If you enjoy this audiobook, make sure to like, comment, and share. Your support helps us continue bringing life-changing insights straight to you. Introduction: 0 to 1, Creating the Future. Peter Thiel's 0 to 1 explores the question at the heart of innovation and entrepreneurship. How do we create something entirely new? Something that goes from 0 to 1, rather than simply copying what already exists. Thiel argues that true progress comes from innovation, not imitation. Moving from 1 to N, he explains, is horizontal progress, copying existing ideas and incrementally improving them. But moving from 0 to 1 is vertical progress, creating something unique that has never existed before. Thiel emphasizes that startups, entrepreneurs, and innovators should focus on monopoly-level opportunities, where they solve specific problems in ways that competitors cannot easily replicate. Monopolies, in this sense, are not evil. They are the result of doing something so well and uniquely that no one else can compete effectively. Creating a monopoly requires a clear vision, precise execution, and a product or service that is fundamentally different from anything else in the market. Another core principle Thiel introduces is the power of thinking for the future. Many people get trapped in incrementalism, focusing on short-term gains or improvements. But lasting impact comes from asking, what valuable company is nobody building? This mindset requires courage, originality, and the willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. Thiel urges readers to embrace contrarian thinking and pursue ideas that have the potential to change the world, rather than settling for safe, incremental improvements. Thiel also highlights the role of technology in shaping the future. He differentiates definite optimism from indefinite optimism. The former is having a clear plan and actively working to build the future you envision, while the latter is hoping for progress without a concrete strategy. Great entrepreneurs are definite optimists. They see a future they can create, make deliberate plans, and take action to turn vision into reality. He provides examples of companies that embody the 0 to 1 mindset, such as PayPal, SpaceX, and Facebook. These organizations did not merely improve existing solutions. They created entirely new markets or radically transformed existing ones. Thiel stresses that the key to lasting success is not chasing competition, but creating value that is proprietary, durable, and difficult to copy. Thiel also introduces the importance of foundational thinking. Every great company begins with a strong, deliberate foundation: the initial team, vision, and strategy. Poor foundations lead to mediocrity or collapse, while strong foundations enable exponential growth, innovation, and adaptability. Startups must think carefully about who is on the team, what problem they are solving, and why it matters. Finally, this book is not just for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone who wants to create meaningful impact in business, technology, or society. 0 to 1 challenges conventional thinking, urging readers to seek originality, embrace contrarian ideas, and focus on building a future that does not yet exist. As we explore each chapter in this audiobook, we will break down Thiel's insights, practical strategies, and thought-provoking ideas in a friendly, actionable style for your personal and professional growth. Chapter 1: The Challenge of the Future, Doing Something New. Chapter 1 opens with a simple but profound idea: the future is not predetermined. Thiel argues that we cannot rely solely on copying what has worked in the past. We must create something new, something that moves from 0 to 1. Many people default to incremental thinking, believing that following trends or improving existing models is the path to success. Thiel warns that this approach may produce small gains, but rarely leads to breakthrough innovation or transformative impact. He contrasts horizontal progress, copying what already exists, with vertical progress, which creates entirely new solutions. Horizontal progress is easy to understand, predictable, and widely practiced. Vertical progress is rare, difficult, and risky, but it is the source of enormous value and lasting success. Thiel encouraged readers to identify areas where no one else is looking, problems that are unsolved, or industries that are ripe for revolutionary change. Thiel stresses the importance of contrarian thinking. He asks, "What valuable truth do you know that most people don't see?" The ability to see opportunities that others overlook is a hallmark of successful innovators. This requires courage, curiosity, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. True entrepreneurs don't simply enter crowded markets. They create their own spaces by offering solutions that are unique, valuable, and defensible. Another critical insight in this chapter is the focus on monopoly creation. Unlike the negative connotation often associated with monopolies, Thiel frames them as the result of doing something so well that no one else can compete. Monopolies arise from proprietary technology, network effects, economies of scale, and strong branding. By focusing on creating monopoly-level value, startups can achieve profitability, stability, and long-term growth, while competitors remain unable to replicate their success. Thiel also emphasizes thinking long-term. Building something from 0 to 1 is rarely a quick journey. It requires persistence, strategic planning, and patience. Entrepreneurs must envision the future they want to create, work deliberately toward it, and resist the temptation of short-term gains or easy paths. Definite optimism, having a clear plan for a better future, distinguishes successful innovators from those who drift aimlessly. He provides practical examples, such as PayPal's creation of a new online payment system and SpaceX's revolution in private spaceflight. These companies did not settle for incremental improvements. They reimagined their industries, created entirely new solutions, and captured unique opportunities that competitors had ignored. Thiel stresses that replicating existing ideas rarely leads to greatness. Innovation comes from originality and the courage to pursue the unknown. Finally, Thiel challenges readers with a reflective exercise. Identify a problem in your field, industry, or personal life that no one else is solving effectively. Ask, what is a valuable company, product, or service that nobody is building? Thinking in 0 to 1 terms encourage creativity, contrarian insight, and strategic clarity. Chapter 1 lays the foundation for the entire book. True progress comes from doing something new, creating something valuable, and thinking boldly about the future. Chapter 2, Party Like It's 1999. Lessons from Booms and Busts. Chapter 2 opens with a reflection on the late 1990s dot-com bubble, a period of rampant speculation and exuberance in the tech world. Many investors, entrepreneurs, and media outlets believed that success was guaranteed simply by being part of the internet revolution. Companies were valued not for profits, innovation, or long-term vision, but for hype and market trends. Thiel uses this historical moment to emphasize the dangers of following the crowd and relying on luck or speculation rather than building something truly valuable. Thiel stresses that during booms, people tend to confuse momentum with substance. Investors poured money into companies without asking the critical question, does this business create a monopoly? Does it generate unique, defensible value? Many startups imitated successful companies, chasing fads and prioritizing growth over product quality or long-term strategy. While some companies experienced short-term success, most collapsed when market realities caught up with them. The lesson: trend chasing rarely produces lasting value. He also explains the psychological forces at play during bubbles. Fear of missing out drives irrational behavior, while the illusion of easy wealth encouraged shortcuts and neglect of fundamentals. Thiel warns that in these environments, it is tempting to prioritize hype, appearances, or quick wins rather than focusing on creating a product or service that is truly innovative and defensible. True entrepreneurs, he argues, resist the herd mentality and focus on building long-term value. A key principle from this chapter is the importance of definite optimism. Many people assumed that success would occur naturally because the internet was the future. Indefinite optimism, believing progress will happen without a clear plan, leads to complacency and poor decision-making. Thiel contrasts this with definite optimism, having a concrete vision, a plan to create value, and a disciplined approach to execution. Definite optimists take responsibility for shaping the future, rather than passively hoping for it. Thiel also highlights the problem with competition-centric thinking. During the 1990s bubble, many startups focused obsessively on beating competitors, rather than creating something unique. Thiel emphasizes that imitation and rivalry are distractions from innovation. Lasting success comes from building a monopoly, creating a product, service, or solution so distinctive that it is difficult or impossible for competitors to replicate. Competing fiercely in crowded markets often leads to marginal returns, wasted energy, and eventual collapse. He provides historical examples to illustrate his point. Some companies of the 1990s soared briefly because of hype, IPOs, or speculative investment, only to crash when they lacked real value or differentiation. Others, like PayPal and Amazon, succeeded because they created unique, defensible businesses with long-term vision. Thiel argues that understanding the lessons of booms and busts is essential for entrepreneurs who want to go from 0 to 1, creating something entirely new rather than riding trends. Challenge number 2, avoid the herd mentality. Thiel encourages readers to analyze current trends in their field or industry and identify areas where hype may overshadow substance. Ask, am I pursuing this opportunity because it is truly unique and valuable, or simply because everyone else is doing it? Recognize the difference between short-term excitement and long-term impact, and focus on initiatives that create defensible, monopoly-level value. Finally, Thiel reminds us that the key takeaway from the bubble era is to think independently, plan deliberately, and build with purpose. True innovation requires courage, contrarian insight, and the patience to create something meaningful, not just to ride market waves. By avoiding the pitfalls of trend chasing, imitating others, and indulging in hype, entrepreneurs can position themselves to achieve breakthrough success and create a future that moves from 0 to 1. Chapter 3. All happy companies are different. The importance of monopoly thinking. Chapter 3 opens with a striking observation. All successful, enduring companies are unique. Peter Thiel argues that the most valuable businesses are not the ones competing in crowded markets, but the ones that create a monopoly by solving a problem no one else is addressing. This principle is inspired by Tolstoy's famous line, "All happy families are alike."
Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Flipped for business. Great companies are great in unique ways that set them apart from competitors.
Thiel emphasizes that competition is overrated. Many entrepreneurs obsess over rivals, benchmarking themselves constantly and measuring success by outperforming others. While some competition is inevitable, focusing on it too intensely leads to incremental thinking and missed opportunities for originality. Thiel asserts that companies should instead focus on creating value that is so unique and difficult to replicate that competition becomes irrelevant. Monopolies are not evil. They are the natural outcome of innovation and differentiation. He introduces the idea that successful monopolies often arise from proprietary technology, network effects, economies of scale, or branding. Proprietary technology allows a company to offer solutions that no one else can match. Network effects create a self-reinforcing cycle of growth, as each new user adds value to the platform. Economies of scale reduce costs and increase efficiency, while strong branding builds loyalty and trust. By leveraging these mechanisms, a company can maintain a dominant position in the market over the long term. Thiel also contrasts monopolies with perfect competition, where companies compete fiercely over tiny margins and innovation is stifled. In competitive markets, no company can achieve lasting profitability because profits are continuously eroded by rivals. In contrast, a monopoly has pricing power, long-term stability, and the freedom to innovate further, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and influence. Thiel argues that aspiring entrepreneurs should aim for the latter, not the former. Thiel also contrasts monopolies with perfect competition, where companies compete fiercely over tiny margins and innovation is stifled. In competitive markets, no company can achieve lasting profitability because profits are continuously eroded by rivals. In contrast, a monopoly has pricing power, long-term stability, and the freedom to innovate further, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and influence. Thiel argues that aspiring entrepreneurs should aim for the latter, not the former. A key insight is the role of founder vision and strategy in building monopolies. Thiel emphasizes that great companies are founded with clear principles, unique insights, and a deliberate plan to create value others cannot replicate. This requires contrarian thinking, asking questions that others ignore or dismiss, and pursuing solutions that are unconventional yet immensely valuable. Without this intentionality, a company risks blending into the competitive crowd. He provides examples of companies that exemplify monopoly thinking. Google, for instance, did not compete directly with Yahoo or other search engines by incremental improvements. Instead, it redefined the search experience, developed proprietary algorithms, and created a platform that became indispensable. PayPal similarly solved a unique problem in online payments, achieving a network effect that competitors struggled to replicate. These companies show how original thinking and monopoly focus drive long-term success. Challenge number 3. Identify your monopoly opportunity. Thiel invites entrepreneurs and innovators to ask themselves, what valuable problem am I uniquely positioned to solve? What solution can I offer that others cannot easily replicate? Focus on creating defensible, distinctive value rather than joining a crowded field. Identify mechanisms, technology, network effects, scale, or branding that can sustain your advantage over time. Finally, Thiel reminds us that building a monopoly is not about arrogance or exploitation. It is about creating value that is unique, durable, and essential. By thinking differently, prioritizing originality over competition, and strategically building a monopoly, entrepreneurs can achieve breakthrough results, transform industries, and take their ideas from 0 to 1. In essence, the most successful companies are not those that follow trends, but those that forge new paths and define entirely new markets. Chapter 4. The Ideology of Founders: Vision, Purpose, and Ownership. Chapter 4 opens by highlighting the crucial role of founders in shaping a company's destiny. Peter Thiel emphasizes that a startup's culture, values, and long-term vision are deeply influenced by its founders. A strong founding ideology sets the tone for decision-making, hiring, and strategy, creating coherence across the organization. When founders are clear about their mission and vision, they instill purpose in the team and inspire employees to act with initiative and ownership. Thiel explains that founders are not just visionaries. They are the custodians of the company's identity. Early decisions about hiring, product focus, and culture create a foundation that lasts long after the initial team grows. Founders with a clear ideology attract like-minded individuals who share the same values, work ethic, and ambitions. This alignment is essential for building a cohesive team capable of executing ambitious ideas without friction. A critical insight Thiel provides is the importance of clarity and consistency in vision. Startups often fail because founders are unclear about the mission or compromise core principles under pressure. Thiel argues that successful founders maintain a consistent purpose, even in the face of challenges or market pressures. This does not mean rigidity, but a disciplined adherence to the core idea that defines the company's unique value. Thiel also emphasizes the concept of full-time ownership and accountability. Founders and early employees must take responsibility for outcomes, making decisions with long-term consequences in mind. Ownership fosters initiative, creativity, and persistence, qualities essential for taking a company from 0 to 1. Without a sense of ownership, team members may act reactively or defensively, undermining progress and innovation. He provides examples of companies where founders' ideology shaped enduring success. Elon Musk at SpaceX and Tesla, for instance, built organizations around ambitious visions of sustainable energy and space exploration. His personal commitment to these missions influenced hiring, product development, and company culture, ensuring that everyone on the team shared a common purpose and pursued excellence relentlessly. Similarly, Thiel's own experience at PayPal demonstrates how founding principles can guide difficult decisions and maintain focus in uncertain times. Another key point is the alignment between ideology and strategy. Founders must ensure that every strategic decision, from market entry to technology adoption, reflects the company's core principles. This prevents mission drift, where companies chase opportunities that are inconsistent with their vision, ultimately diluting focus and value. Thiel stresses that ideology is not abstract. It is a practical tool for guiding disciplined, consistent action. Challenge number 4. Define your founding ideology. Thiel encourages entrepreneurs to articulate the core mission, values, and purpose of their venture. Ask, why does this company exist? What problem are we solving? What principles will guide our decisions? Clarity in these areas enables you to hire the right people, maintain focus, and make consistent strategic choices that support long-term growth. Finally, Thiel reminds us that the ideology of founders is a competitive advantage. Companies with strong, clear founding principles attract talent, foster loyalty, and maintain alignment even under pressure. It is this ideology that allows a startup to persevere, innovate, and create value that others cannot replicate. By defining and embodying your vision, purpose, and ownership, you lay the foundation for moving from 0 to 1, for creating something entirely new and transformative. Chapter 5. Last Mover Advantage, Timing, Monopoly, and Endurance. Chapter 5 opens with Peter Thiel challenging the conventional obsession with being the first mover in business. He argues that being first to market does not guarantee lasting success. Instead, lasting value comes from being the last mover in a category you dominate. The first company may create awareness, but the one that endures and scales strategically, building proprietary technology, network effects, and a strong brand, captures the true rewards. Thiel calls this the last mover advantage. Thiel emphasizes that timing is critical. A startup that launches too early may struggle with unproven markets, incomplete technology, or lack of adoption. Conversely, companies that enter the market after careful preparation, with a superior product and infrastructure, can establish a durable monopoly. The key is not speed alone, but strategic timing combined with differentiation. Success comes to those who know when to act and have built the foundation to execute flawlessly when the moment arrives. He contrasts first movers with last movers using historical examples. Many early internet companies failed despite being pioneers because they lacked the infrastructure, business model, or vision to sustain growth. By contrast, companies like Google or Facebook were not the first search engines or social networks, but they quickly established dominance by offering better solutions, building strong network effects, and continuously innovating. Thiel underscores that being last to a category with a superior solution is more powerful than being first without a plan for endurance. Another central idea in this chapter is the relationship between monopolies and durability. Monopolies are not just about profits. They are about creating a position that is defensible, long-lasting, and difficult for competitors to replicate. Thiel highlights 4 key mechanisms for durable monopolies: proprietary technology, network effects, economies of scale, and branding. The combination of these elements allows companies to sustain competitive advantage over decades, making their impact both profound and enduring. Thiel also discusses the risk of competition obsession. Many companies focus excessively on rivals, chasing incremental improvements or imitating strategies, rather than building unique, defensible value. He argues that this mindset leads to short-term thinking, wasted resources, and vulnerability. Instead, last movers focus on creating monopolies that are so well defended and unique that competitors become irrelevant, allowing for long-term growth and strategic freedom. He provides practical insights for entrepreneurs. Timing, preparation, and focus on unique value are more important than being first. Success comes from understanding market readiness, building the right team, and developing proprietary advantages that endure. By focusing on these elements, startups can position themselves to dominate their category and avoid the pitfalls of early, unsustainable entry. Challenge number 5. Plan for last mover advantage. Thiel invites readers to reflect on their own ventures or ideas. Am I entering too early, or am I strategically preparing to dominate the market? What unique advantages can I build to ensure lasting success? Identify the proprietary technology, network effects, economies of scale, or brand identity that will create a durable monopoly. Timing plus defensible value creates the ultimate advantage. Finally, Thiel reminds us that last movers do not succeed by luck. They succeed by vision, preparation, and disciplined execution. They focus on building unique solutions that last, rather than chasing hype or fleeting trends. By understanding timing, reinforcing defensible advantages, and committing to long-term strategy, entrepreneurs can create companies that truly move from 0 to 1, leaving a lasting mark on their industries and society. Chapter 6. You are not a lottery ticket. Definite optimism and planning your future. Chapter 6 opens with Peter Thiel challenging a common mindset, the belief that success is a matter of luck, randomness, or chance. He calls this the lottery ticket mentality, where people assume that opportunity or wealth is largely determined by external forces rather than deliberate action. Thiel argues that this mindset is limiting because it discourages planning, innovation, and personal responsibility. If you treat life or business as a lottery, you are unlikely to take the bold, deliberate steps needed to create something new, to go from 0 to 1. Instead, Thiel promotes definite optimism, the idea that the future can be shaped through careful planning, clear vision, and purposeful action. Definite optimists see opportunities where others see uncertainty, and they invest in building a future they can influence. This mindset contrasts with indefinite optimism, where people hope for progress without taking concrete steps to achieve it. Thiel emphasizes that entrepreneurs who plan deliberately and execute with discipline are the ones who create transformative businesses and lasting value. A critical aspect of this chapter is personal responsibility and ownership. Thiel reminds us that individuals are not passive participants in life. They are architects of their own future. By rejecting the lottery mentality, we take accountability for our choices, actions, and outcomes. This means setting ambitious goals, developing a clear strategy, and committing to disciplined execution. Success is no longer a matter of chance. It becomes the result of deliberate effort, vision, and perseverance. Thiel also highlights the connection between definite optimism and innovation. If you believe the future can be shaped, you are more likely to invest in creating new technologies, starting unique businesses, or pursuing ambitious ideas. Indefinite optimists, by contrast, often avoid risk, settle for incremental progress, and rely on copying others. By planning with purpose and acting with confidence, Definite optimists achieve breakthroughs that fundamentally change industries and markets. He provides examples of companies and founders who embody this principle. Elon Musk's ventures in electric cars, solar energy, and space exploration illustrate deliberate, ambitious planning. Musk did not treat success as random luck. He created detailed plans, assembled talented teams, and committed to long-term execution. Similarly, Peter Thiel's work with PayPal demonstrates how deliberate, focused action can transform a nascent idea into a world-changing company. These examples underscore the power of intentional vision combined with disciplined action. Another key insight is the importance of long-term thinking in personal and professional life. Definite optimists plan not just for the next quarter or year, but for decades. They anticipate challenges, invest in skill building, and position themselves strategically to seize opportunities. This mindset fosters resilience, clarity, and confidence, enabling individuals and organizations to navigate uncertainty and thrive in complex environments. Challenge number 6. Embrace definite optimism. Thiel encourages readers to reflect on their goals, mindset, and approach to life. Am I treating my future like a lottery ticket, hoping for luck, or am I deliberately shaping it? What steps can I take today to create a future I truly control? Identify areas where planning, discipline, and intentional action can make the greatest impact, and commit to pursuing them relentlessly. Finally, Thiel reminds us that definite optimism is not only a mindset, but a strategy for creating value. By rejecting passivity and chance, embracing responsibility, and planning deliberately, individuals and companies can move from 0 to 1, creating something unique, valuable, and transformative. Success is earned through vision, courage, and action, not left to fate, and the journey begins with the conscious choice to take control of your future. Chapter 7. Follow the money. Business models, profitability, and scaling. Chapter 7 opens with Peter Thiel emphasizing a fundamental truth about startups. Having a great product or idea is not enough. A company must have a sustainable, scalable business model to survive and thrive. Many entrepreneurs focus entirely on innovation or vision without considering how their venture will generate consistent revenue. Thiel argues that understanding the mechanics of profitability is essential for turning a 0 to 1 idea into a lasting business. Thiel explains that the business model determines how a company creates and captures value. A startup may develop an incredible product, but without a clear plan for monetization, it risks running out of resources before reaching market traction. Thiel distinguishes between companies that build real economic value and those that chase hype or speculative growth. True value creation comes from a business model that can generate profits while scaling efficiently and sustainably. He also highlights the importance of monopoly-level thinking in profitability. Lasting profit is rarely achieved through competition in crowded markets, where margins are thin and rivalry is fierce. Instead, companies that create monopolies, offering unique products or services with high demand and limited substitutes, can capture disproportionate value. By focusing on differentiation and defensible advantages, startups can achieve profitability and long-term growth simultaneously. Another key insight is the interplay between pricing, distribution, and scaling. Thiel emphasizes that even a groundbreaking product must be priced appropriately and reach the right customers to succeed. A strong distribution strategy ensures that the product can scale effectively, while pricing reflects the value delivered. Many startups fail not because their product is bad, but because they underestimate the complexities of scaling revenue and maintaining profit margins. Thiel provides examples of companies that successfully followed the money. PayPal, for instance, identified a critical market need, seamless online payments, and implemented a business model that captured value through transaction fees and network effects. By understanding profitability and scaling strategically, the company was able to grow rapidly while maintaining a defensible position against competitors. Similarly, Facebook's ad-driven revenue model capitalized on unique user engagement and network effects, ensuring sustainable growth. He also emphasizes the need for discipline and financial foresight. Startups must balance investment in growth with careful management of costs, cash flow, and operational efficiency. Thiel warns against the trap of burning capital without a clear path to profitability. A sustainable business model is a cornerstone of lasting success, allowing companies to invest in innovation while maintaining financial stability. Challenge number 7. Design a profitable, scalable model. Thiel encouraged entrepreneurs to evaluate their own ventures. How will this idea generate sustainable revenue? What mechanisms ensure scaling without sacrificing quality or profitability? Map out pricing, distribution, and long-term growth strategies, and test assumptions early. By designing a model that captures real value, you lay the foundation for enduring success. Finally, Thiel reminds us that following the money is not just about greed. It's about creating economic leverage that enables innovation and impact. Profitable, scalable businesses have the resources, stability, and freedom to continue building unique solutions that change industries. By aligning visionary ideas with sustainable financial models, entrepreneurs can move from 0 to 1, turning innovative concepts into enduring, transformative companies. Chapter 8. Secrets. Finding hidden opportunities. Chapter 8 opens with Peter Thiel emphasizing a vital truth for entrepreneurs. The most valuable businesses are built on secrets, unique insights about how the world works that others do not see. Thiel argues that progress comes from discovering these secrets and acting on them, rather than copying what everyone else is doing. Hidden opportunities exist everywhere, but only those who look deeply, think contrarily, and challenge conventional wisdom can uncover them. Thiel stresses that secrets are often counterintuitive. Many people assume that all opportunities are obvious, that markets are perfectly understood, or that innovation is incremental. In reality, there are countless overlooked problems, inefficiencies, and unmet needs. Successful entrepreneurs are those who question prevailing assumptions and dig beneath the surface to identify opportunities that others dismiss or fail to notice. He highlights the importance of thinking independently. Following the crowd rarely leads to secrets because popular ideas have already been discovered and often overexploited. Thiel encourages readers to adopt a contrarian mindset. What valuable truth do you know that nobody else sees? The ability to challenge assumptions, analyze trends critically, and think creatively is what allows innovators to uncover secrets that can form the foundation of a monopoly. Thiel also explains that discovering secrets is not purely theoretical. It requires observation, research, and disciplined reasoning. Entrepreneurs must study markets, technologies, and human behavior to identify gaps and opportunities. This process is iterative. Many ideas are discarded, refined, or pivoted, but the persistence to seek hidden truths differentiates ordinary companies from transformative ones. The pursuit of secrets is both an intellectual and practical exercise. He provides examples of companies built on secrets. PayPal identified the hidden truth that online transactions were cumbersome and risky, and designed a system that solved this problem more effectively than traditional financial institutions. SpaceX recognized that space travel could be dramatically cheaper with reusable rockets, uncovering a secret in aerospace economics that most competitors ignored. Thiel emphasizes that acting on secrets requires courage because these ideas often contradict conventional wisdom. Another key insight is the connection between secrets and monopoly creation. Companies that discover and act on secrets are able to create products or services so unique that they dominate their markets. The combination of a hidden opportunity with deliberate execution produces defensible advantages that competitors cannot easily replicate. Thiel stresses that monopoly-level success rarely arises from imitation. It emerges from original insight applied effectively. Challenge number 8. Find your secret. Thiel encouraged readers to reflect deeply. What truths do I see that others overlook? What problems remain unsolved that I could address uniquely? By identifying a secret and developing a plan to leverage it, you create the foundation for innovation, monopoly-level value, and lasting impact. This is the essence of moving from 0 to 1, creating something entirely new, not just improving what already exists. Finally, Thiel reminds us that secrets are everywhere, but only those who search diligently will find them. Discovering a hidden opportunity is not luck. It is the result of curiosity, analysis, contrarian thinking, and disciplined execution. Entrepreneurs who embrace this mindset can uncover unique insights that lead to transformative businesses, leaving an enduring mark on industries and society. Moving from 0 to 1 is ultimately about finding and acting on the secrets that others fail to see. Chapter 9. Foundations. Building the right team and company structure. Chapter 9 opens with Peter Thiel emphasizing that the foundation of any successful company is its team and organizational structure. Even the best ideas and insights will fail without a team capable of executing them. Thiel argues that building a startup is not just about creating a product. It is about assembling the right people, defining responsibilities clearly, and fostering a culture that aligns with the company's mission and long-term vision. Foundations matter because they determine whether a venture can scale, innovate, and survive challenges. Thiel stresses the importance of selecting the right co-founders and early team members. A great startup begins with people who share values, vision, and a complementary skill set. Early hires have a disproportionate impact on culture, work ethic, and decision-making. Hiring someone who does not align with the company's mission or who lacks initiative can undermine the startup at its most vulnerable stage. Conversely, the right team members amplify energy, creativity, and resilience, laying the groundwork for future success. A key insight is the role of ownership and accountability. Thiel emphasizes that every team member must feel responsible for outcomes, not just tasks. Startups are dynamic, high-pressure environments, and success depends on individuals taking initiative, making informed decisions, and being accountable for results. This sense of ownership ensures that challenges are met proactively and solutions are executed efficiently, creating a culture of responsibility from the ground up. Thiel also discusses the importance of clarity in roles and decision-making. A strong foundation requires that responsibilities, authority, and reporting structures are well defined, preventing confusion and conflict. When everyone understands their role and how it contributes to the company's mission, teams can operate cohesively, execute strategically, and scale effectively. This clarity fosters alignment between the company's vision and day-to-day operations. He provides examples of startups that succeeded because of strong foundations. PayPal's early team was tightly knit, shared a clear mission, and had complementary skills that allowed rapid innovation and execution. The alignment of talent, vision, and values enabled the company to navigate challenges, grow quickly, and ultimately dominate its niche. Thiel stresses that these foundational elements are often invisible but essential for long-term success. Another critical insight is the connection between culture and structure. A company's culture emerges from its values, leadership, and organizational design. Startups that intentionally design their structure to reinforce collaboration, innovation, and accountability create a culture that supports the long-term strategy. Conversely, companies that neglect culture or have misaligned structures often struggle with internal conflict, inefficiency, and loss of focus. Challenge number 9. Build your foundation thoughtfully. Thiel encourages entrepreneurs to reflect. Do I have the right co-founders and early team members? Are roles, responsibilities, and decision-making processes clearly defined? Does the structure of my company reinforce our mission and culture? By investing time and thought into these foundational elements, you increase the likelihood of scaling successfully, executing strategically, and creating lasting value. Finally, Thiel reminds us that a strong foundation is not static, but evolves with the company. As startups grow, they must maintain alignment between team, structure, and mission while adapting to new challenges. The initial groundwork of values, culture, and clarity provides a stable base, but ongoing attention and discipline ensure that the organization remains capable of innovation, resilience, and execution. By building and nurturing a solid foundation, entrepreneurs position themselves to move from 0 to 1, turning unique ideas into transformative, enduring companies. Chapter 10. The Mechanics of Mafia, Creating a Cohesive, High-Performing Team. Chapter 10 opens with Peter Thiel introducing the concept of a PayPal mafia, the tightly knit, high-performing team that drove the company's early success. He emphasizes that building a startup is not just about technology or vision. It's about assembling a team with shared values, complementary skills, and unwavering commitment. The term mafia here reflects a culture of loyalty, cohesion, and dedication, where everyone pulls together toward a common goal. Thiel stresses that the right team is far more valuable than any individual genius. A startup's early members shape culture, decision-making, and execution. They set standards for work ethic, innovation, and accountability that endure long after the founders scale the company. The synergy of a well-aligned team creates an environment where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, enabling breakthroughs that individual efforts alone could never achieve. A key insight is the importance of hiring slowly and deliberately. Thiel warns against rushing to fill positions simply to scale quickly. Early hires must be evaluated not just for skill, but for alignment with the company's mission, culture, and long-term vision. Misaligned team members can create friction, reduce morale, and slow progress. In contrast, hiring individuals who share the company's values and ambitions multiplies the impact of each effort and strengthens cohesion. Thiel also highlights shared ownership and responsibility as crucial components of a high-performing team. Every member must feel accountable for outcomes, not just assigned tasks. This creates a culture of initiative and problem solving, where challenges are met proactively and solutions are implemented efficiently. The sense of ownership binds the team together, fostering loyalty and dedication that sustain startups through difficult periods. Another critical insight is the role of communication and trust. Thiel emphasizes that open, honest communication ensures that the team can identify problems, share insights, and align strategies effectively. Trust among team members enables risk-taking, innovation, and collaboration without fear of internal sabotage or misaligned incentives. The PayPal Mafia, for instance, succeeded in part because of a culture of trust, loyalty, and shared commitment to the mission. Thiel provides examples of teams that exemplified these principles. Early PayPal employees, bound by a shared vision and mutual respect, collaborated intensively, learned rapidly from mistakes, and executed with discipline. Their cohesion enabled them to innovate in a competitive market, creating solutions that were proprietary, defensible, and scalable. Thiel stresses that replicating this level of team performance requires deliberate cultivation of culture, values, and selection processes. Challenge number 10. Build your mafia. Thiel invites readers to reflect on their own teams or ventures. Do I have a cohesive, high-performing group that shares values, skills, and commitment? Are we aligned in vision and culture? How can we strengthen trust, communication, and accountability? By cultivating a mafia mentality, a team united in purpose and execution, startups can achieve results far beyond what individuals could accomplish alone. Finally, Thiel reminds us that building a cohesive, high-performing team is both art and strategy. It requires attention to culture, alignment, accountability, and communication, as well as thoughtful hiring and ongoing cultivation of values. Teams that achieve this level of cohesion create an environment where innovation, execution, and resilience thrive. By assembling the right people and nurturing their collaboration, entrepreneurs position themselves to move from 0 to 1, turning a vision into a company capable of lasting, transformative success. Chapter 11. If you build it, will they come? Sales, distribution, and getting your product to market. Chapter 11 opens with Peter Thiel addressing a common misconception among entrepreneurs, the belief that building a great product alone guarantees success. Thiel warns that even the most innovative, unique products will fail if they cannot reach the right customers effectively. Distribution, marketing, and sales are not afterthoughts. They are critical components of turning a 0 to 1 idea into a thriving business. Without a strategy for getting the product into users' hands, innovation alone is insufficient. Thiel emphasizes that distribution is part of the product. A brilliant product without effective channels to deliver it to the market is like an unplanted seed. It may have potential, but it will not grow.
Startups must consider how their product will reach early adopters, gain traction, and scale efficiently. This requires strategic thinking about sales tactics, partnerships, marketing, and pricing models. Thiel stresses that distribution is not secondary. It is integral to creating lasting value.
A key insight is the importance of designing scalable sales strategies. In the early stages, startups may rely on direct, hands-on sales approaches to secure initial customers, gather feedback, and refine the product. As the company grows, these strategies must scale without losing effectiveness. This includes leveraging network effects, technology platforms, and partnerships to amplify reach. Scalability ensures that the product can grow beyond its initial niche and achieve monopoly-level market dominance. Thiel also highlights the role of sales as a discipline, not just a function. Many founders underestimate sales, viewing it as secondary to product development. Thiel argues that selling is a skill and a strategic activity that requires planning, execution, and adaptation. Effective salesmanship ensures that the product reaches the right users and captures the value it creates. It is an extension of the company's vision and mission, reinforcing the importance of clear messaging, alignment, and customer focus. He provides examples of companies that mastered distribution to achieve success. PayPal, for instance, designed viral growth loops and referral incentives that encouraged users to adopt the platform quickly. Facebook combined exceptional product design with strategic adoption techniques, leveraging social networks to scale rapidly. Thiel emphasizes that thoughtful distribution strategies differentiate startups that thrive from those that fail, even when products are innovative or groundbreaking. Another key insight is aligning distribution with market understanding. Entrepreneurs must know their target audience, anticipate adoption barriers, and craft approaches that resonate with customers. Distribution is not a one-size-fits-all activity. It requires insight, adaptability, and creative problem-solving. Thiel stresses that effective distribution bridges the gap between innovation and impact, transforming a unique product into a company that generates value at scale. Challenge number 11. Master distribution. Thiel encourages readers to ask, how will my product reach the right customers? What sales and distribution strategies will scale effectively? How can I align my marketing, messaging, and delivery to maximize adoption? By addressing these questions early and intentionally, startups can ensure that their innovations do not remain unseen or underutilized, turning creative ideas into market successes. Finally, Thiel reminds us that building a product is only the first step. Distribution is what turns potential into reality. By integrating sales, marketing, and strategic delivery into the core of the business, entrepreneurs can move from 0 to 1. The most successful startups are those that combine original defensible products with effective channels to reach customers, creating a seamless path from innovation to adoption and long-term market leadership. Chapter 12. Man and Machine, Technology, Progress, and Human Potential. Chapter 12 opens with Peter Thiel exploring the relationship between humans and technology, emphasizing that progress comes not from machines replacing people, but from humans leveraging technology to amplify their unique capabilities. Thiel argues that the future is shaped by thoughtful application of technology to solve problems that matter. Startups that understand how to integrate human ingenuity with technological tools create innovations that go from 0 to 1, rather than merely automating existing processes. Thiel stresses that technology is not inherently neutral. It magnifies the goals, skills, and creativity of the people who use it. Entrepreneurs who understand this can harness technological advances to create entirely new industries or transform existing ones. Conversely, those who rely on technology without a strategic vision risk creating products that are inefficient, irrelevant, or merely incremental. The key is to identify opportunities where technology enhances human problem solving, rather than simply replacing labor. A central insight in this chapter is the complementarity of man and machine. Thiel argues that humans excel at creativity, judgment, and vision, while machines excel at speed, accuracy, and repetitive tasks. Startups that combine these strengths achieve exponential value creation. For example, a data-driven platform that uses AI to support human decision-making can outperform traditional approaches, not because it replaces humans, but because it extends their capability and impact. Thiel also highlights the role of technology in creating monopoly-level advantages. Proprietary technological innovations, when combined with human insight, generate defensible positions in the market. This principle reinforces the idea that breakthrough companies are not built by following trends or replicating competitors, but by leveraging unique insights and tools in ways that others cannot imitate. Man and machine together create both scale and differentiation. He provides examples of companies that exemplify this principle. Tesla integrates advanced software, automation, and energy storage with human vision and strategy to redefine the automotive industry. Similarly, Palantir combines data analytics technology with human expertise to solve complex problems for governments and businesses. In both cases, the combination of human insight and technological capability produces transformative outcomes that move from 0 to 1. Thiel also explores the risks of misapplying technology. Many startups focus on automation, efficiency, or cost-cutting without considering whether their technology solves meaningful problems. This can lead to short-term gains but long-term irrelevance. True innovation requires careful alignment between technological tools and the human creativity and judgment needed to deploy them effectively. The goal is progress, not mere automation. Challenge number 12. Leverage technology thoughtfully. Thiel encourages readers to reflect. How can technology amplify my unique abilities? Where can I combine human insight with tools to create transformative value? Am I solving meaningful problems rather than just automating processes? By intentionally pairing technology with human ingenuity, entrepreneurs can unlock breakthroughs that competitors cannot replicate. Finally, Thiel reminds us that the future depends on humans and technology working together to create value that did not exist before. Progress is not accidental. It is the result of vision, creativity, and deliberate application of tools. Startups that understand this principle can harness technology to achieve monopoly-level impact, solve important problems, and move from 0 to 1, transforming industries and redefining what is possible. Chapter 13. Seeing Green, Energy, Sustainability, and Bold Innovation. Chapter 13 opens with Peter Thiel highlighting the importance of energy innovation and sustainability as critical areas for transformative entrepreneurship. He argues that solving the world's energy problems is not just about incremental improvements. It requires bold thinking, ambitious projects, and a willingness to challenge conventional approaches. Thiel emphasizes that startups and innovators can have a disproportionate impact in this sector, by creating solutions that are scalable, profitable, and revolutionary, rather than relying solely on policy or luck. Thiel stresses that many energy initiatives fail because they mimic existing solutions or chase trends without fundamentally rethinking the problem. He encourages entrepreneurs to seek breakthroughs rather than incremental improvements, focusing on technologies that can dramatically alter production, storage, or efficiency. The mindset shift is critical. Instead of asking, "How can we do this slightly better?" innovators should ask, "How can we do this completely differently?" This is the essence of moving from 0 to 1 in the energy sector. A key insight is the importance of combining technical innovation with business acumen. Even the most advanced technology will fail to scale without a viable business model and strategic execution. Thiel emphasizes that entrepreneurs must integrate innovation with financial sustainability, distribution strategies, and market adoption. Breakthrough energy companies are not just inventors. They are builders who understand how to turn ideas into impactful, profitable ventures. Thiel also highlights the role of risk-taking and perseverance. Energy projects often require substantial upfront investment, long development cycles, and navigation of regulatory hurdles. Entrepreneurs in this space must be prepared for setbacks, maintaining focus on the long-term vision while iterating strategically. Thiel argues that the combination of patience, courage, and disciplined execution is what separates transformative companies from those that falter in the face of challenges. He provides examples of companies that embody these principles. Tesla, for instance, did not merely build better electric cars. It reinvented battery technology, energy storage, and renewable energy integration. SolarCity combined technological solutions with innovative distribution and financing models to accelerate adoption. Thiel emphasizes that these companies succeeded because they addressed critical, unsolved problems with bold, integrated strategies, not just incremental tweaks to existing systems. Another insight is the need for original thinking and sustainability. Thiel warns against following popular narratives or pursuing green projects solely because they are fashionable. True innovation requires identifying overlooked opportunities, applying contrarian thinking, and pursuing solutions others dismiss as impossible. Entrepreneurs who can see hidden truths in the energy landscape are the ones who create lasting, monopoly-level impact. Challenge number 13. Think boldly in energy and sustainability. Thiel encouraged readers to reflect. Where are the unsolved problems in energy and sustainability that others overlook? How can I combine technology, business strategy, and bold thinking to create lasting solutions? By seeking breakthroughs rather than incremental improvements, entrepreneurs can make a real difference while building transformative companies. Finally, Thiel reminds us that energy innovation is a test of visionary entrepreneurship. Those who approach this sector with creativity, persistence, and strategic insight can unlock enormous value for society while achieving lasting success. By embracing bold thinking, integrating technology with business strategy, and tackling critical global challenges, innovators move from 0 to 1, transforming industries, redefining possibilities, and leaving a lasting mark on the world. Chapter 14. The Founder's Paradox: Contradictions, Vision, and Leadership. Chapter 14 opens with Peter Thiel exploring the complex and often misunderstood role of founders in startups. He introduces the founder's paradox, the idea that founders are both extraordinary visionaries and flawed individuals, and that their contradictions are essential for driving transformative companies. Thiel argues that the very traits that can make a founder difficult or unconventional, obsession, intensity, and risk tolerance, are also what enable them to see opportunities others cannot, push boundaries, and create 0 to 1 breakthroughs. Thiel emphasizes that founders are not just CEOs or managers. They are the moral and strategic compass of the company. Their vision shapes culture, strategy, and long-term direction. A strong founder can align the team, make decisive choices in uncertainty, and maintain focus on the company's core mission, even when external pressures demand conformity. Thiel stresses that the paradoxical nature of founders, both brilliant and fallible, is what allows them to balance bold innovation with practical execution. A key insight is the importance of contrarian thinking and independent judgment. Founders often see opportunities that others dismiss, challenge conventional wisdom, and pursue paths that may seem risky or impossible. This contrarian perspective is essential for creating monopolies and achieving 0-1 progress. Thiel notes that successful founders embrace their unconventional insights while remaining disciplined enough to execute them effectively. Thiel also highlights the role of obsession in founder-driven companies. Founders often demonstrate a level of focus and commitment far beyond that of ordinary employees. While this intensity can create friction, it also drives innovation, ensures meticulous attention to product and strategy, and inspires the team to reach higher standards. Thiel argues that obsession is not a flaw, but a necessary attribute for those aiming to build transformative companies. He provides examples of founders who embody this paradox. Elon Musk, for instance, is known for extreme work ethic, bold vision, and unconventional thinking. These traits have enabled him to push Tesla and SpaceX into industries that seemed impenetrable. Similarly, Mark Zuckerberg's vision for Facebook and Peter Thiel's role at PayPal illustrate how founder-driven focus, intensity, and contrarian insight can create disruptive, enduring companies. Another critical insight is the balance between personal quirks and organizational needs. Founders' strong personalities can sometimes clash with team dynamics, but when managed correctly, these traits create clarity, purpose, and alignment. Thiel emphasizes that the founder must cultivate a culture where the team respects the vision while being empowered to execute creatively. The paradox is that the founder's eccentricities and discipline are inseparable from the company's identity and potential for success. Challenge number 14. Embrace the founder's paradox. Thiel encourages aspiring entrepreneurs to reflect. Am I leveraging my unique vision and intensity while remaining disciplined enough to execute effectively? How can I turn my contradictions into strengths that guide the company's growth? Understanding and embracing this paradox allows founders to inspire teams, navigate uncertainty, and achieve breakthrough results. Finally, Thiel reminds us that founders are both the heart and engine of transformative companies. Their vision, intensity, and contrarian thinking create opportunities others cannot see, while their paradoxical nature fuels resilience, innovation, and growth. By embracing the contradictions inherent in leadership, founders position themselves to move from 0 to 1, building companies that are not just profitable, but transformative, enduring, and capable of leaving a lasting impact on the world. Chapter 15. Stagnation or Singularity, the choice to innovate or fade. Chapter 15 opens with Peter Thiel presenting a stark choice for entrepreneurs, businesses, and society: stagnation or singularity. He argues that the world is at a crossroads. We can either settle for incremental progress, copying existing ideas and maintaining the status quo, or we can pursue bold, transformative innovation that propels humanity forward. Thiel calls this the ultimate test for founders. Will you create something truly new or merely improve what already exists? Thiel emphasizes that incrementalism leads to stagnation. Many companies and individuals operate under the illusion of progress, implementing small, incremental changes while failing to tackle the underlying problems. This approach is safe and familiar, but it rarely produces breakthrough results. Thiel argues that to move from 0 to 1, entrepreneurs must think differently, seek opportunities others ignore, and pursue innovations that reshape industries rather than simply compete in them. A key insight is the concept of definite optimism applied to innovation. Thiel reminds readers that transformative breakthroughs are rarely accidental. They result from deliberate planning, vision, and execution. Entrepreneurs must define the future they want to create and take concrete steps to achieve it. Without this proactive, optimistic mindset, businesses are at risk of fading into mediocrity or being overtaken by competitors who dare to innovate. Thiel also discusses the importance of bold technological leaps. Incremental improvements, like slightly faster processors or marginally better user interfaces, are valuable but insufficient to change the world. True innovation involves creating entirely new paradigms, new ways of thinking, new products, and new markets. He encourages founders to ask, what can we build that has never existed before? This pursuit of singularity is what differentiates companies that transform industries from those that merely survive. He provides examples of companies that achieved singularity. SpaceX redefined space exploration with reusable rockets, making possibilities feasible that had previously been unimaginable. Transformed data analysis by enabling organizations to understand complex systems in ways no one else could. Thiel emphasizes that these successes were not random. They came from deliberate vision, planning, and the courage to challenge established norms. Another critical point is the risk-reward relationship in innovation. Thiel explains that pursuing singular ideas often involves risk, uncertainty, and resistance. Many investors, competitors, and even team members may doubt the feasibility of breakthrough ideas. Yet, those who embrace calculated risk and focus on creating unique value achieve outsized returns and long-lasting impact. Risk, when paired with originality and execution, becomes a vehicle for transformative success. Challenge number 15. Choose singularity over stagnation. Thiel encourages readers to reflect. Am I pursuing true innovation, or am I settling for incremental improvements? Where can I create something entirely new that changes the game? By embracing the mindset of singularity, aiming to build what has never existed, entrepreneurs can position themselves to achieve 0 to 1 breakthroughs and leave a lasting mark on the world. Finally, Thiel reminds us that stagnation is a choice, and so is innovation. Every founder, every company, and every individual has the opportunity to create transformative value. By rejecting the safety of incrementalism, embracing bold vision, and executing with discipline, entrepreneurs can move from 0 to 1, shaping the future, defining new possibilities, and achieving lasting significance in their industries and society at large. Chapter 16. The Mechanics of Progress. Principles for moving from 0 to 1. Chapter 16 opens with Peter Thiel distilling the central principles of creating breakthrough innovation. He emphasizes that moving from 0 to 1 is fundamentally different from incremental progress. It requires original thinking, deliberate planning, and disciplined execution. Thiel argues that the mechanics of progress involve identifying unique opportunities, leveraging technology effectively, building the right team, and executing strategies that others cannot easily replicate. Thiel stresses that innovation is a systematic process, not luck. Many entrepreneurs assume that success is a matter of chance or being in the right place at the right time. In reality, transformative companies emerge from a series of deliberate choices and calculated actions. From selecting the right market to assembling a cohesive team, from building a defensible product to scaling distribution, each step requires intentional design. This is the essence of 0 to 1 progress, creating something entirely new rather than copying what exists. A key principle Thiel outlines is monopoly creation through differentiation. Startups that aim to dominate a market must offer something unique, defensible, and valuable. Competing in crowded spaces often leads to stagnation and marginal gains, whereas creating a monopoly allows a company to capture long-term value, invest in innovation, and control its destiny. Thiel emphasizes that differentiation is not about superficial branding. It is about building proprietary technology, network effects, and unique business models that competitors cannot easily copy. Thiel also highlights the importance of team alignment and culture. Even the best ideas fail without the right people to execute them. A cohesive, disciplined team that shares vision, values, and commitment is essential for transforming innovative ideas into lasting companies. He reinforces lessons from earlier chapters. Hiring thoughtfully, fostering ownership, and cultivating trust are critical components of moving from 0 to 1. Culture is the glue that enables strategy to become reality. Another principle is focus on long-term planning. Thiel distinguishes between short-term opportunism and deliberate, strategic foresight. Startups must anticipate future challenges, design systems that scale, and commit to sustainable growth rather than chasing immediate wins. Definite optimism, the belief that the future can be shaped through deliberate action, underpins this approach, enabling entrepreneurs to act boldly while managing risk effectively. He provides examples of companies that mastered these principles. SpaceX combined visionary goals with proprietary technology and disciplined execution to redefine space travel. PayPal's early team aligned mission, culture, and strategy to dominate online payments. Tesla integrated innovation, distribution, and branding to disrupt the automotive market. Thiel emphasizes that these successes were not accidental. They were the result of meticulously applying the mechanics of progress. Challenge number 16. Apply the mechanics of progress. Thiel encouraged readers to ask, where can I create something unique and defensible? Do I have a team aligned around vision and culture? Am I planning strategically for long-term impact rather than short-term gains? By applying these principles systematically, entrepreneurs can move from 0 to 1, building companies that are not only innovative but enduring and transformative. Finally, Thiel reminds us that progress is deliberate and intentional. It requires vision, strategy, courage, and disciplined execution. Moving from 0 to 1 is not about luck or imitation. It is about identifying secrets, leveraging human and technological potential, building a cohesive team, and executing with clarity. Entrepreneurs who master these mechanics create lasting value, transform industries, and define the future, leaving a legacy of innovation and impact. Chapter 17. Conclusion. Thinking clearly about the future. Chapter 17 opens with Peter Thiel reflecting on the overarching theme of the book, the importance of creating the future rather than passively accepting it. He emphasizes that every entrepreneur has the power to shape industries, markets, and society by thinking independently, acting boldly, and building companies that go from 0 to 1. The future is not predetermined. It is created by those willing to challenge assumptions, uncover secrets, and execute with precision and vision. Thiel stresses that clear thinking is the foundation of innovation. To create something truly new, you must first see reality clearly, question conventional wisdom, and identify opportunities that others overlook. This requires intellectual rigor, curiosity, and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. Entrepreneurs who develop clarity of thought can recognize hidden opportunities, anticipate challenges, and make decisions that maximize impact, rather than being swept along by trends or external pressures. A central idea in the conclusion is the power of contrarian thinking. Thiel reiterates that the most valuable opportunities are often the ones others ignore or dismiss. Moving from 0 to 1 requires asking, what important truth do we know that nobody else sees? Contrarian insights, when applied systematically and thoughtfully, become the foundation for creating monopolies, breakthrough products, and lasting value. The ability to think differently is what separates transformative entrepreneurs from the rest. Thiel also highlights the importance of long-term vision and planning. Success is rarely the result of luck or short-term opportunism. It comes from deliberate, sustained effort guided by a clear sense of purpose. Entrepreneurs must balance ambition with discipline, ensuring that their strategies are scalable, defensible, and aligned with the long-term mission. Definite optimism, believing that the future can be shaped, allows founders to pursue bold ideas while maintaining focus and resilience. He reinforces the role of team, culture, and execution in realizing visionary ideas. Even the most innovative concepts fail without people capable of executing them. Thiel stresses that cohesive, high-performing teams, aligned around mission and values, are the engine that transforms insights into products, products into companies, and companies into industry-defining institutions. Culture, clarity, and shared ownership are critical to sustaining progress over time. Thiel provides examples of companies that embody these principles. From SpaceX and Tesla to PayPal and Palantir, these organizations succeeded not because of luck, but because they combined contrarian insights, strategic vision, disciplined execution, and cohesive teams. Each company identified a secret, leveraged technology thoughtfully, and built a durable advantage, illustrating the mechanics of 0 to 1 innovation in practice. Challenge number 17. Think clearly about your future. Thiel encourages readers to reflect. Am I creating the future I want? Or am I waiting for it to happen? What truths do I see that others overlook, and how can I act on them? How can I build a team and strategy capable of executing on these insights? By answering these questions, entrepreneurs can position themselves to make a meaningful, lasting impact. Finally, Thiel reminds us that the choice between stagnation and singularity is ours. We can settle for incremental improvements, follow the crowd, and hope for luck, or we can pursue original ideas, execute boldly, and create value that reshapes industries and society. Moving from 0 to 1 is not easy. It requires courage, clarity, contrarian thinking, and disciplined execution. But it is the path to lasting significance. The future belongs to those who build it consciously, creatively, and deliberately. Thiel closes by urging entrepreneurs and thinkers to embrace the challenge of shaping tomorrow. The lessons of 0 to 1, identifying secrets, creating monopolies, leveraging technology, building cohesive teams, and executing with vision, are not abstract ideas. They are practical principles that, when applied, enable individuals to leave a lasting mark on the world. The book ends as it began, with a call to action. The future is yours to create, and it begins with daring to go from 0 to 1. And there you have it, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, broken down into actionable insights, real-world examples, and practical guidance for anyone ready to create something truly transformative. Take a moment to reflect. Which chapter resonated most with you? Which insight will you act on today to move from 0 to 1 in your own life or business? Remember, building something extraordinary isn't about luck or following the crowd. It's about thinking independently, embracing contrarian ideas, uncovering secrets, and executing with relentless focus. Every step you take toward originality, clarity, and impact compounds over time. The future belongs to those who dare to create it. If you've found value in this audiobook-style breakdown, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new release packed with life-changing lessons. Like and comment to let us know which principle inspired you the most, and share this video with friends, colleagues, or anyone striving to innovate, grow, and leave their mark on the world. And don't stop here. We have more audiobooks, insights, and deep dives waiting for you. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep taking intentional steps toward a life of impact, purpose, and extraordinary achievement. Here's to building your future, to moving from 0 to 1, and to becoming the architect of your own success. Let's go make it happen.